Okay, in this video, we are on to the second to last, or the third, let's see, oh boy, the fourth bullet point, rational equations. Remember, we already talked about this in 1.1 already, but again, it's important. I just want to talk about it here as well. But if you feel like you got a solid footing from 1.1, that's okay. If you feel like you don't need it, well, don't really, you should watch the video. But again, if you feel like you're on solid ground, I understand. So here's the example. 2x over x minus 4 minus 3 over x plus 2 equals x squared plus 4 all over x squared minus 2x equals 8. Here, remember, the idea is that first, at least the way I like to do it, is clear the fractions. Okay, but what I also like to do first is to double check, because more often than not, these two expressions will be the two factors for this trinomial. So if I move that 8 over, if I subtract the 8 over, I see that x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. And then factor, let's see, 8, 4, and 2 minus and plus, yeah. So I get minus 4 plus 2. So what I'm going to do is, remember, back from 1.1, is I am going to multiply both sides by these two factors. X minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 4, x plus 2. Whoops, excuse me. That's a 2. And then it gets distributed to everything. So I have 2x times x minus 4 over x plus 2 all over x minus 4 minus 3 times x minus 4 times x plus 2 all over x plus 2 equals x squared plus 14 times x minus 4 times x plus 2 all over, as we know, this is x minus 4 times x plus 2 from this side work over here. Now we're going to go through and just simplify everything out. So I've got those reduce, the x plus 2's reduce here, x minus 4's x plus 2's. Now I'm just going to rewrite it neatly. So I've got 2x times x plus 2 minus 3 times x minus 4 equals just x squared plus 14. Oh, also, and I forgot my little breadcrumbs, what numbers, two numbers, can x not equal? X cannot equal 4, and x cannot equal negative 2. So in the end, when we're looking for solutions, we cannot use 4 or negative 2. So coming back here, we've got to distribute so that we clear all of the parentheses. So I've got 2x squared plus 4x minus 3x plus 12 equals x squared plus 14. This is a quadratic, so I want it set equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract this x squared over, and I'm going to subtract the 14. So 2x squared minus x squared is just x squared. 4x minus 3x is just plus x. Now 12 minus 14, because I'm moving it over, is minus 2 equals to 0. So now we are factoring. We've got an x and an x, a 2 and a 1. I need that to be positive, that to be negative. So now the zero product principle says that x equals 1 and negative 2. But remember, negative 2 was one of the numbers we cannot have because it makes us divide by 0. So what's the only solution? 1. Awesome. Okay, next, pause the video and you try it. All right, so here, this one's a little bit of a more, not annoying, but it doesn't have it set up to where we already have the factors kind of built in. But we're going to start it the same way. Well, first off, let me start off with what's the common denominator going to be? The factor of n minus 3 and 2n minus 1, because they're already there. Why add anything extra to the mix? So what I want to do is we are going to multiply the whole thing through by this common denominator, just like we did up here. So actually, I'm going to write this cleanly down here. No, I lied to you. Sorry. So multiply by n minus 3, 2n minus 1, n minus 3, 2n minus 1, distribute, distribute, distribute. So that now I have n times n minus 3 times 2n minus 1 all over n minus 3 plus 2 times n minus 3 times, 2n minus 1 all over, remember, all over technically all over 1 equals 3 times n minus 3 times 2n minus 1 all over 2n minus 1. Now we need to go through and reduce. N minus 3, nothing here, and the 2n minus 1's there. Now let's write it cleanly. I've got n times 2n minus 1 plus 2 times n minus 3 times 2n minus 1 equals 3 times n minus 3. Now let's do all of this distributing. Let's do all of this distributing. So first, we've got n times 2n, that's 2n squared, minus n plus, I'm going to leave the 2 here. Let's see, this is going to give 2n squared minus n minus 6n plus 3 equals 3n minus 9. Now let's distribute this 2 and combine like terms maybe while we're at it. 2n squared minus n plus 4n squared, well, maybe not. Minus, well, here, let's see, n minus negative n, that's negative 7 times 2 is negative 14n. 2 times 3 is plus 6, and then equals 3n minus 9. That's a 9. Now let's really combine like terms. All right, so 2n squared and 4n squared, that is 6n squared, minus n 14, that's minus 15n, plus 6 equals 3n minus 9. This is a quadratic. Remember, we like quadratics that equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract the 3n, add the 9. So 6n squared minus 18n plus, 15 equals 0. All of these have a what in common? A 3. So let's factor. 2n squared minus, that's 6n plus 5 equals 0. A 2n and an n. Let's see, I need 6. 5 and 1. If I put the 1 here, that's the 2. Oh boy, let's see. 5 here with the 2, that's 10. And then minus 1, if the 1's here, that would be 9 or 11. If I put the 5 here, that's 5. Plus or minus 2, that's what, 7 or, why can't I count? Oh, 3, duh, hello. Let's see, I'm making sure I have all of this right. Right, yep. All right, maybe let's just jump to completing the square, actually. Let's jump ship and complete the square. See, this is a nice way to learn, to see, like, if something doesn't work, That's totally fine. It happens to all of us. Oh, no, actually, I want to use the quadratic equation. So, we've got negative b, so 18, plus or minus the square root of 18 squared minus 4ac all over, let's see, n equals, all over 2a is, let's keep simplifying, 18 plus or minus, where's my handy dandy calculator? Here we go. Let's see, 18 squared minus 4 times 6 times 15 is negative 36. Oh, okay. Equals to negative 36 over 12, but this is all imaginary. Oh, so I guess the question I made up is not the best question, or I messed up somewhere, made a mistake. But anyways, this is what we've already covered in the last section, but this is kind of what more I want you to be aware of, right? So here the actual answer is no solution. If it's imaginary, assuming I didn't make any mistake here, remember the way to write no solution is the empty set or the 0 with the line through it. I'll look at this to make sure that everything's on the up and up. I didn't just accidentally make a mistake. But again, still good to see that there's no solution, right? Option, yes, it's a lot of work for no answer, but sometimes you need to know that for sure there isn't an answer. If you have any questions, please email me, LD1168.